Hearing the word Christmas immediately brings to mind a variety of images. Decorated pine trees, flashing lights, red and white striped candy canes, and, inevitably, the familiar man with the white beard, bulging belly, and red clothes. Santa Claus is probably a familiar figure to countless cultures, achieving almost worldwide recognition. But besides all the celebrations, Christmas has other very dark aspects, which go back from its origin to other more modern, but no less disturbing traditions. Here are some of the most frightening facts surrounding Christmas traditions. My name is Leo, welcome to the Secret Truths channel. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you are not subscribed yet, and make any comments, it helps our work a lot. Learn now 9 macabre and bizarre Christmas traditions from around the world. Few people care when it comes to removing Christmas decorations. Christian tradition dictates that the decorations should be removed on January 6th, the day the Magi visit the baby Jesus. But British tradition dictates that you cannot throw green decorations, such as trees, out the door. If you do, death will come to this house next Christmas. Legend also says that keeping these items until next Christmas will protect the house from lightning. One of the most famous Christmas stories and one that gave birth to one of the most traditional ballets in the world, and it is deeply disturbing. Based on a fairy tale, The Nutcracker tells the story of Mary, a little girl who falls in love with the main character, a doll. The problem is that she can only find her beloved in her sleep. During a fight between the Nutcracker and the King of the Mice, Mary cuts off the arm of the King of the Mice and falls into a deep sleep with a fever. During this sleep, she has been brainwashed by the King of Mice. When Mary tells this story to her family, they forbid her to talk about her dreams. The girl's love for the Nutcracker brings the puppet to life again. Then the two leave Mary's world to live in the world of the dolls. In short, a story in which a little girl falls in love with a doll and goes to live in a universe in which marriage with children is apparently accepted. Anyone who thinks that werewolves are restricted to Halloween is mistaken. For centuries, there has been a belief in Europe that people born at Christmas are more likely to become a werewolf. The legend is probably related to the pagan period, when monsters were believed to come out more often on the winter solstice. Along with Santa Claus, Krampus, and witches, Christmas is also seen as a time for spirits to roam the world. One of the most famous Christmas stories ever written by Charles Dickens tells the story of Scrooge, an old miser who was haunted by the ghost of Christmas. This belief goes back to the pagan customs that preceded Christmas as we know it today. This was during the festival of Yule, which celebrated the winter solstice. The belief was that the coldest and darkest days of the year made the world of the living more accessible to spirits. If Santa is the good Santa, Christmas has someone else to do the dirty work. Krampus is often interpreted as Santa's enemy or as his helper who has to do the dirty work. After all, someone needs to punish naughty children. The word Krampus comes from Krampen, which means Old High German claw. The work of this longhorn demon is a nightmare for many children. He takes them to hell. If the naughtiness is not too great, Krampus' punishment will be a beating. In Germany, where the Krampus tradition is strongest, there is even a date for the devil to clean up before the arrival of Santa Claus, December 5th. Better be careful on this day. Krampus is not the only scary Christmas figure. In Iceland, the legend of the Yule Lads causes children to terrorize them. There are 13 creatures that cause chaos in different ways, such as stealing milk and animals from farms or turning off all the lights in a room, leaving children in the dark. The group of monsters even has a cat whose diet consists of children, both good and bad. In Eastern Europe, the story that terrifies children is that of Frau Perkta, or the Christmas witch. She has two faces, a good one, which she shows to good children, and a scary one, which she shows to those who have been wicked. Legend has it that on King's Day, January 6th, she leaves a piece of silver in the shoes of those who have behaved. Naughty children are not so lucky. She opens their bellies, removes their organs, and replaces them with pebbles and thread. As if the mere fact that a person comes down a chimney wasn't enough reason to call the police, the origins of the tradition are more obscure. Parents encourage children to hang stockings by the fireplace so that Santa will be kind enough to deliver the presents. According to legend, the reason was that Saint Nicholas, who came from a wealthy family and helped the poor, heard that 3 sisters were forced into prostitution to earn money to eat. So the kind old man threw 3 coins down the chimney to help them. The coins fell into their stockings, which were hung up to dry in the fire. This belief helped the French in the 15th century to overcome their fear of chimneys. They believed that these pipes are used by witches, fairies, and other sinister creatures to gain access to their homes. Obviously, if it's just Santa Claus, it's okay. Stop for a moment to think. An old gentleman watches you all year round to find out whether you have behaved or not. Based on the result, he invades your house through the chimney and may give you presents or coal, depending on your behavior. It is a bit disturbing, isn't it? There is a lot of talk that the figure of Santa Claus is an invention of Coca-Cola, but the truth is that Santa Claus is a fusion of Saint Nicholas, who lived in Asia Minor in the mid-350s, with some folk figures, such as Kris Kringle, from 19th century Germanic traditions. The first image of the modern Santa Claus is believed to be from the 1860s, wearing a green robe. The Coca-Cola Santa Claus did not appear until 1931. The fact is that to this day the figure of the good old man is synonymous with Christmas, which encourages parents to bring their children every year to sit on the lap of a stranger wearing red clothes and a red cap. You know that typical holiday feasting? It doesn't happen by chance. Long before Christmas was coined as a Christian festival, the Romans had their own celebration, the Saturnalia festival. This festival started on December 17th and lasted for about a week, coinciding with the Christmas period. But unlike today's celebrations, the Saturnalia was a period when the moral values of Roman society were somewhat put aside. Schools were closed, feasting and gambling took place, and criminals were not punished during this period. Saturn, the god celebrated at the festival, was associated with the harvest. But he also wielded a sickle and devoured his own children. The banquets are a result of the bountiful harvests. Now tell us, what is your favorite story that we told you? If you know any other, share it with us here below in the comments. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends. Today I'm done. A big hug. I hope to see you in the next videos.